What's going on, Libra? Oh, actually, hold on, Libra. I'm starting this thing. I got this new hourglass. It's a sidebar. What just you? I got this new hourglass, and I've been enjoying having it as a time. It's like literally for an hour, and it's meant to be for this new habit or new routine that I'm getting ready to work into my schedule here soon. But in the meantime, it's been serving up as a lovely little side piece here. So, look at that, just just for you, Libra. But welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling like we got a closer bond there, Libra. Seeing that you're getting all the behind the scenes with what this month is getting ready to do so far. I'm doing a lot for you, Libra. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes and shares. Probably just like typical. Your support really is really just the greatest, Libra. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Aries has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why I'm so energetic there, Libra, because it is Celestial News Monthly. And you know what? It actually does kind of make sense there, Libra, because all this heat that's getting ready to happen there is about to light up all my Leo placements. So it's just it's gonna be big energy there, Libra. But with this monthly spread, when the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about what the planets are and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you. You can leave all the shenanigans with me there, Libra, and never force a reading on a situation. Okay. So with all that being said, there, Libra, let's jump into it. Let's move that over here. All right, Libra, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Libra. Libra, you get Bulbasaur today. It's all kinds of exciting stuff here for you. But Libra, I have Zodiac Oracle cards here with the zodiac signs that the sun and the planets are in, and we even get a little bit of lunar shenanigans that is happening in your sign there, Libra. So this is kind of a big, kind of a jam-packed month for you here, Libra, energetically. But I'm going to pull I'm going to pull an Oracle card from this deck for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Libra, I am introducing this new thing. It started with Scorpio, so Cancer, who missed out? Cancer, Leo, and Aries don't tell. Oh, actually, her birthday animal. We won't talk about that. But yeah, I got inspired to do this. I have these zodiac dice that have. It's a 12-sided dice. They have one. Each number represents the houses, and these have the celestial bodies plus the north and south node on them. So I've just been kind of rolling them, Libra, see what energies are coming up. We'll talk about them briefly, see how this may resonate in your chart or maybe with what's going through for you right now. So, and it's been interesting how they've been coming up in the reading. So here we go, Libra. I love it, Libra. So you have Saturn here, and then you have the third house. And so this can be for some Libra. When you think about Saturn, Saturn is where you may notice restrictions, where you need to be a bit more disciplined, where you need to put in a bit more effort, or with Saturn, a lot more effort. But Saturn is one where if you work with him, his rewards are just as bountiful as Jupiter, because Saturn can get a bit of a bad rap, but it's around that first Saturn return, which happens around 28, usually between 28 and 30, depending on your chart. And that's where we kind of hit our first wall, where we realize, like, oh, things have to change. I really kind of remember that moment when my Saturn return happened. It was just really kind of like a very loud, like, if a whisper could be very loud, like, but just like not overbearing, just like, yo, like, this isn't working. That literally was kind of it, and we're just kind of going from there. And Saturn returns take place, after you have that first one. Usually, we experience two Saturn returns. Sometimes you may, depending on how lucky you may be getting there, Libra, maybe you'll experience, or what your soul needs, maybe you'll experience three Saturn returns. My mom's going through her second Saturn return right now. But Saturn returns take over 30 years. This is stuff that we integrate over time. Libra, these require patience. And I feel that with the third house being here, which can be your house of your immediate perceptions. This can be with about your siblings. This can be, because when you think about that immediate environment, that can be when you were growing up. Because Gemini energy, this is Gemini's house and Mercury's house. But this can be where we're thinking about maybe how we communicate, possibly how we exchange information, how we absorb information. And I feel this maybe Saturn in the third house here, may notice where we find restrictions in that. Maybe we don't pick things up quite as fast. Maybe it takes a little more time to integrate stuff. Maybe there is some sort of, maybe there's happened, maybe we had where the voice was affected in some sort of way. Maybe we're, this could translate into a number of ways. Maybe there's this self-consciousness around how we speak, or this could even be where this could affect, maybe it could even have been restrictions on even like your early education. This could be where maybe we didn't get to complete school, or maybe didn't get maybe just been restricted in the learning in some sort of capacity here. And then you even throw your energy into the mix, Libra. This could be where maybe we've had relationships where maybe your communication was shut down, or you didn't have a voice, or maybe, because even Saturn can deal with the father. This could be, or whoever was that authority figure. This could have been some sort of restriction in that sort of capacity here. So this is something where I feel like if you happen to have this energy, Saturn in Libra in the third house, Saturn does very well in Libra. Saturn is exalted in your sign, Libra. So that really does say a lot, because I feel that Saturn does, I feel it's like in that discipline, you become more decisive. It gets you into the state of learning to balance under pressure, Libra. And I feel this does teach you to Saturn, because I feel Saturn in Libra could even be an energy of learning how to be kind to yourself, to be fair with yourself, knowing where, yes, you do need to work harder, but also knowing where, yes, you also need to rest, where you need to, again, it's all about keeping in that state of harmony here. And this could even be, maybe for some, maybe we tend to, I'm even getting like an oversharing possibly here. Maybe there, because it's this restriction here with the Saturn energy. Maybe we're needing to learn to speak with a bit more tact, even when I'm feeling this Libra, because it could even depend on how the Saturn can be aspected, which can even change the story of this Libra. So just something I feel like to think about. And we're getting ready to get into a very energy where this, or a very energy, we're getting ready to get into an energy where communication is going to be kind of on the forefront here. How we're kind of perceiving things may even change there, or there may even, we're realizing that maybe there have been some limitations on how we've been kind of seeing things, and kind of broadening, because the opposite house of the third house is the ninth house, and that's seeing the bigger picture there. So maybe there's something going on with that there, Libra. So hopefully you like that, Libra. Yeah, it's just something new that I've been kind of it was just like an intuitive nudge. So I've been rolling with it. I've been kind of enjoying it. So, and I feel like it gives you this, I feel like this gives you a way to see how you can combine the different symbols. And after you learn all of this stuff, Libra, then it just comes down to imagination and creativity, and it lights up all my Leo placements. So, but before we jump into this reading here, Libra, really kind of get down to this energy. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, thank you, yourself. And in case of y'all were curious, Libra, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below, interesting. But also down below, Libra, are some links for some other readers that I really do enjoy. So definitely check them out. Go show them some love. They really are a fantastic group there, Libra. I think herself. Also, there's a link for an astrologer down there for a couple of podcasts, some apps I enjoy working with, and I need to get them on this one as well. But there's some websites, some astrology websites that I can include as well that you can check out there, Libra. You can check out one that you can check out different charts. There's another one that goes over degree theory, and that's something I've been working more into the weekly download. So stay tuned for that if you're curious about how that goes. I kind of go a bit into that, more into that during those videos there for you, Libra. So, but before we get into your card here, Libra, let's talk about this big old party that Aries is throwing, because this might be a lot for you, Libra. You have the sun that's in Aries. We have this is going to be the second eclipse that's going to be happening. We have a new moon total solar eclipse that's happening in Aries. Mercury is going to be making their first retrograde, and then your lovely ruler, the Empress, Venus, is going to be entering into Aries as well. And let's start with Venus, because Venus is going to be entering on the 4th of April at about 9 p.m., and that'll be Pacific time there, Libra. And then she'll be there through the 29th of April. Now, I feel with this Venus in Aries, I feel for you, Libra, that this is a very empowered Empress. This is someone who's, I'm feeling with this energy that we've gone through here with Pisces, that, there probably I feel that this had been a time with the Empress, because even though the Empress is, Venus does very well in Pisces, she's exalted in Pisces, I felt that there was some things that she was letting go, some grief, and this could, maybe Libra, you have been reflecting on some past relationships and things that may have had to let go, learning to forgive yourself, or maybe learn to forgive the other. But I feel this Venus in Aries could translate a couple different ways, depending on if we've made peace with the situations that may have been affecting us, some things that may have been holding you back, that may have been kind of controlling you from behind the scenes. This can be a very, even though this energy is forming in opposition with your Libra placements and points, I feel that oppositions can be very supportive, because now you're trying to blend the best parts of both signs into one. Oppositions, I feel, can be a bit uncomfortable, can be a little intense at first, but once they get a groove, once they learn that someone's got to give, we're both gonna lose and we're both gonna win, which is I feel like is Libra to an extent, or not to an extent, which is Libra overall, then everyone wins. And so even in this relationship between these oppositions with Aries and Libra, you're kind of like fooling Aries a little bit and making them think that they've come up with the idea, but really, Libra, you've always been in control the whole time. So look at you. You're so clever, Libra. And so I love Libra energy. And so I feel that this could be you just coming into a different type of light, but it may be a little uncomfortable at first, but I feel like as you get to walk in this new kind of swagger here, Libra, it's gonna your confidence level, I feel like, is going to come through brighter. You're gonna shine bright like the sun, Libra. And let's talk about the sun, because you have that I'm not sure what I was about to call them. You have that luminary that's going to be entering into Aries on the 19th of March, and that'll be at about 8:07 p.m. And then we'll be there through the 19th of April. Now, with this sun energy here, Libra, we're starting off the new astrological year. It's the vernal equinox. And this is an exciting time, Libra. With this kind of kickstart to the new year, things are coming to life. This is the time the sun is very strong here. After the sign that the sun rules Leo. Aries, or excuse me, the sun is exalted in Aries, and so he's feeling brave. He's feeling passionate. His willpower is being revived. After going through that energy of Pisces, now he gets to gets to actually walk in the dream, as opposed to just being in that dreamy state, and that just being asleep. So I feel this energy for you, Libra, could be maybe kind of lighting some areas where you maybe have been kind of sleeping a little bit. Maybe we haven't been. Maybe we've been just kind of coasting as of late. Maybe you've been kind of enjoying the creative energies of Pisces. You've maybe been feeling inspired. I was feeling pretty inspired there, Libra, and I still definitely am. But it could be where just some this could be like a necessary stress that is being added on to you by the sun. A healthy amount of stress. When I feel like you don't need to try not to let it become this overbearing type of thing. Really kind of dissect it, weigh the pros and cons, and just get in, and then let this be let this be a time of kind of more kind of decisiveness, I feel, for you here, Libra, as I'm kind of going over this energy with you. And that could be even interesting too, because let's talk about Mercury, because we have our first Mercury retrograde in Aries on the 1st of April at about 3:15 p.m. and they'll be retrograde until the 25th of April. Now, Mercury is going to be going retrograde at 27 degrees 13 minutes of Aries, and they get pretty far along in Aries before this retrograde happens. So I feel that this is going to be a time for you, Libra, where I feel like it's like you may feel on the fence. It's like you were really kind of feeling confident about something, and then like there's this something, I don't know, something kind of like maybe catches you off guard. I almost feel like it, not in a necessarily like a whole blindsided type of way, but it's just like, well, I was feeling confident about this last week, but then certain circumstances came, maybe like and not that I'm putting this on you, Libra, but maybe like a certain bill maybe came up, or maybe some sort of inconvenience kind of gets you in this place where we may need to like, okay, maybe I need to reconsider this, or considering the circumstances, am I able to still pivot or able to make this thing work? It's giving me sort of a juggling type of energy with this Mercury retrograde, but I feel that it can be one where if you don't mind a little bumpiness, I feel that you can get through this energy pretty well. It'll just be, I feel like it'll be outside, you're walking like the Empress. Inside, she's probably freaking out a little bit. she's probably just like, she's no idea what's going on, what day it is, and if her socks match. But I do feel that it's just like this. I feel like a time for you, Libra, just something fresh, I feel like, is coming in. Because we're under a lot of heavy Aries energy, especially when we get around that eclipse time. Because we're going to have that on that new moon total solar eclipse on the 8th of April at about 11:21 a.m. and that'll be at 19 degrees 24 minutes of Aries. And these Libra, these points are to check to see if you have any points in any fire placements, any air placements, any cardinal placements. That's, just kind of look into that, or see where you have 19 degrees of Aries and see where this energy is see where this is active in your chart. What are some changes that are needing to happen? The new moon total solar eclipse, this I feel like is very fertile ground, but it's very hot. It's very kind of active soil we're working with. I was picturing, I'm trying to remember which sign it was, but I was seeing, it was almost like you could almost see the energies weaving in the ground and really kind of almost acting like this fertilizer in the way. It's almost like kind of growing like bamboo or something like that, Libra. But this, I feel like, can be a time for you to it can kind of almost, I feel like, kind of throw yourself in a little bit of tension there to get something started. I'm picturing almost like walking on like hot coals a little bit. It's a little uncomfortable, but it's like when we get to the other side, there's like treasure on the other side. It's So yeah, this is one of those things, Libra. Because I tell you what, I have, my sun signs in Cancer, and I have a few other placements in Cancer. And when we get around Capricorn season, granted, I do have some things in Capricorn as well. But when we get into that energy, usually the oppositions are, I find myself a little bit more productive during those times. I'm like, okay, let's get this focus, let's get this stuff, like, okay, it's, you can do a lot. You can learn a lot from your opposite sign. So I feel like with all this energy here, Libra, definitely utilize this to your advantage to kind of try something new, to kind of get the blood pumping a little bit, to kind of revitalize your energies. So, but let's go ahead and get into your first card here, Libra, which, I love this. Right. So you have the Smith card here, Libra, which is a card of taking action and overthinking. And I feel Aries, sign of action. The difference between you and Aries, or one difference between you and Aries, is that Aries does take action. Like there is that very little thought. And sometimes where there's a time, I feel like, for planning, and there is a time that we can think ourselves out of a decision. And sometimes we definitely do need that balance, Libra. But I do feel that sometimes in the quest for finding that harmony, it can lead to that inactivity, because that's Libra energy at a low expression. It's just constantly staying in that energy of neutrality, just not really doing any sort of thing. It's Libra, I feel like, is meant to counteract. Libra has a contract with chaos. The Libra energy is one, because, and when you think about it, what's more chaotic than relationships with others? Because you don't know what emotions they're bringing in, what thoughts they're bringing in, what backgrounds they're bringing in. And so I feel that this energy here is just you getting just used to just kind of doing a bit more, being a bit more courageous, not getting a little out of your head, and a bit more in the body. Venus in Aries, I feel like, is a very very active placement for the Empress to be in. She is just kind of trusting her instincts more, getting in that kind of sensual energy in a sense. Even though you two are very different signs. I'm talking about you and Taurus. You do share that energy with the Empress, and there is I feel like a sensuality with Libra energy as well, but it's just more so kind of in the mind, in the way the words work, in the charm, in the how the things are put together in a way. So I feel like this is kind of trusting your senses in a different type of way there, in an expressive type of way there, Libra. Creativity in action, but let's get some tarot on this and get some details with this energy. But yeah, this could be starting up some sort of idea. Maybe we're wanting to start a marathon. Maybe we're wanting to do a party planner. Maybe you want to travel more. Maybe have more conversations here. Alright, Libra. I think you heard yourself. Let's see what's going on here. So you have the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and then the King of Swords in reverse. And then you have the Ace of Swords upright here, Libra. And this Ace of Swords here, I feel like, is this decisive action. This is just going with the clear mind here. The Queen of Wands isn't one who second guesses herself. She just goes for it. She's the type, because otherwise I feel what happens here is when she lets the kind of just Because this Ace of Wands is giving me the strike while the iron's hot, Libra, while you're feeling this motivation, while you're feeling, when you feel that inspiration. Because the Five of Pentacles, we may feel we don't have the resources, like what if this fails, what if this happens, what if the other sense happens, what if this, what if that. But I feel we'll never know if we don't try there, Libra. There's some things where we take a calculated risk, where we go, if not anything else, you learned a lot, like really. And sometimes that knowledge can be more valuable than any actual resource that comes from something. Because these material things and whatnots, we can't take them with us when we're done with this experience. So I feel that this is just, I even feel with this, Libra, there's something here, like even with this Five of Pentacles, considering that there's this Aries energy here, this is something that no one can force you to do, or something that someone can make you do. Even when it comes to when you go to seek advice from, let's say, an astrologer or a therapist or a life coach or whomever, they're just giving you the advice. They're giving you the sword, but you don't have to do anything with it. You could just set that sword right there, or set that wand right on the wall, let it pin it up, let it look real pretty. It really is up to you, and that is, but there's strength in that, Libra, because it is up to you. No one can, you have the power to make your ideas come to life. Because I like this Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands energy, because it's like your thoughts, it's like your energy is fueling your thoughts are fueling this energy. It can be this very cohesive type of flow. And we're getting ready to get into, okay, I'm going to keep this stuff, now I'm going to move this one around there, Libra. Because I was kind of, you and a couple of other signs, I've been giving these. This is a time I feel this year to really kind of get grounded in your energies here, Libra, because I feel that we're going to get in a lot of air and fire energy here soon, which is beneficial for you for the most part, Libra. But there, some outer planets, especially Neptune, is going to be entering into Aries, and that's going to be interesting for you. I feel like that one could be where, and we're going to get into that, of course, when we get closer to that energy, but I feel like this can be a time to learn to trust your instincts a little bit more, because I feel like that's really going to become something, a tool that you're going to need later on there, Libra. Or at least that Libra frequency would benefit from that, I feel. But that's what I got for you, Libra, with that Aries energy. Now, let's talk about Pisces. Because I do feel like, because it's like a couple of signs I've been feeling this energy with the shift of how the outer planets are going to be for the next, with Neptune probably at least a little over a decade, but Saturn or Uranus is going to be doing some stuff. But you have Mars that's in Pisces, you have Neptune that's in Pisces, and you have Saturn that's in Pisces, Libra. And with Mars, because Mars is fueling all of this Aries energy, and that's where I feel this kind of like, this energy doesn't feel super aggressive, Libra, or at least I don't feel like it needs to be. I feel like it's coming from a softer approach, still very active, but there's this partnership, I feel like, that is happening here with this energy. Some sort of like you and your higher self kind of really cooking up some stuff here, Libra. But Mars enters into Pisces on the 22nd of March at about 4:45 p.m. and will be there through the 30th of April. Now, with this Mars in Pisces, Mars is kind of tired in Pisces. He's been running through the Zodiac, doing his thing, and now when he gets in water energy outside of Scorpio, Mars doesn't function as strong, but here especially, I feel this Mars in Pisces for you is going to be one where, for some, I feel like it's forgiving the actions of others. There is this kind of letting go because, and it's because we did get some lessons from this, Libra. You know, you learned about what you got some discernment, you got some things. However, this if that's an example, that's something that we're going through. But this Mars in Pisces, I feel, is taking that power of forgiveness, of acceptance, of letting things go, so that we can channel our energies into things that we want to create. You know, really kind of focus on our imagination and our creative process in a sense, and kind of remove ourselves from that other vibration that may keep us from taking action, that gets you overthinking about a situation that's already passed. You know, however that may, if that's something that's resonating with you. And I feel this Mars in Pisces just gets us a chance to get excited, to start utilizing our energies. And I feel like this is the cooking up stage. We can take actions, of course, but I feel like it's very mindful actions that the soul tribe is needing to take with this energies. I feel like if Mars was in like Leo or maybe Sag, or even like in like an air sign, maybe when all this Aries energy is going on in this chart, I feel like it might have been a bit more kind of active here. But again, this, where it's big energy, it feels more, because it's Pisces and Mars there, it's more intuitive. I feel it's a more, we can get bigger results from, you know, from just kind of listening and just kind of paying attention a little bit more to, I feel, kind of the body a bit more, into its needs, and making, you know, that sensitivity there, Libra. And then you got Saturn in Pisces, which I feel like that kind of couples with Saturn in Pisces very well, because, you know, we have all these personal planets going through this Pisces energy as Saturn's going through here. Because now I feel like we've been in this Neptune energy for a long time, and now Saturn's here to kind of show us, because Saturn's been here since 2023 of March, and will be there through the 24th of May 2025, where he and Neptune will do some retrograding back and forth between Pisces and Aries. But I feel this Saturn, as he's wrapping up his 30-year cycle around the zodiac wheel, I feel he's been asking us, or is asking us, what are we doing with these gifts that Neptune has been bestowing upon us over these last 10 years? This is a real kind of like, I feel like, kind of crackdown Libra. And it's very soft, I feel like, for Saturn to be in, but still wanting results, because Saturn sees he's dreaming in a very big way here. And I feel that this energy is kind of asking us, how are we grounding our dreams? Are we using, you know, and again, whatever these dreams, or whatever these what are we doing to manifest our dreams? One, how are we being disciplined with our energy and how we connect with others? Because when you get into that water energy, and I feel Libra energy is one that you're smooth, Libra. That wherever you happen to have that energy, it is very, there is a tactfulness, there is a, it's not even charisma, it's charming, it's debonair, it's very, and, you know, I actually, when we talk about third house stuff, I actually have Libra on the third house cusp. But I feel that sometimes there can be where how Libra is intuitive and how I feel like they can work the conversation and work things to kind of move stuff around. Air energy is very fascinating how they can weave how it can weave things together. My moon's in Gemini, so believe me, Libra. I was just talking with someone who has their moon in Libra about how piecing together little truths that all together don't form a truth, but it's fine. But just being mindful of that sort of allowing others their autonomy, this energetic respect in a sense. You know, you may have this sensitivity, this intuitiveness, you may be able to read a person very well, read a situation, but we don't want to get to where we're manipulating. It's one thing when we're working with someone's energy, like, you know, when I'm reading other people's charts, you know, I don't go in saying like, oh, what is this, you know, like being super invasive. It's these questions, you know, it's these sort of like and then observing how that's being translated, how that's being resonating. So I feel there's that's going on there, getting more even I feel kind of disciplined in that connection with source as well, understanding something bigger outside of ourselves, forming that relationship. You know, I feel Libra, yes, is about those one-on-one relationships, but I feel like that can be with source too, Libra. Is there harmony there? You know, do you feel that there's been this fair, I don't want to say necessarily fair exchange, but do you feel in harmony with your higher self in that relationship with who you are? And you're getting a lot of self energy with Aries kind of coming in very hot here. There can be a lot of that question there, Libra. So, oh, and then we have this last energy here, which is Neptune. And Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011 of, I want to say April. And yes, April. And we'll be there through the 30th, or we'll first enter Aries around the 30th of March 2025. Now, this is one where I feel for you, Libra. In being Venus ruled, there is this sense of artistic beauty, this sense of expression, but there is, again, this sense of sensitivity I feel that Venus gives as well. And I feel that there is because I feel how Libra does relate to the other and how it does balance out the energy is very fascinating. It does take a strong, there is a very, I feel like of the air signs, it's very interesting what I'm getting with this is like, there is a fluidity in Libra that she gets, or that they gets from. It's very, very fascinating what I'm getting with this energy here, Libra. It's like you understanding how you bring harmony to a situation, how you keep the peace in all. Because I feel for you, Libra, especially when Venus has been in Pisces. This is a very sensitive placement for Venus because she's exalted in it before she gets into Aries, Libra. I just feel that this is you understanding just how you navigate through, how you restore balance, how you keep harmony in your relationships. And it's not that we're over giving, noticing that when we are overdoing when we may be even doing too much, because I feel this energy is something here is I feel like eventually calling you here to stand a bit more firm. And I feel this Neptune energy is, as we're coming to a close and Neptune wraps this cycle out in Pisces, this will be the last few times that Venus will be able to talk with her higher self in such a strong position. Because when Neptune's in Aries, Venus, that's her opposing sign. And again, even though oppositions, I said you can learn a lot with that, she does have a more difficult time. The communication the frequency is very different now. So I just feel like we want to have that connection so that we can transition through that difference well. Very interesting, Libra. Let's get some, hopefully that translated well. Let's get an oracle on this. There's been a lot of this kind of going around here, Libra. Think of yourself. Oh. So you have the Scholar card here, Libra, which is a card of investigation and research. And this is what I kind of feel like is going on here. It's this learning about. I almost feel that this is like how that transition be from Libra into Scorpio goes. You know, it's very interesting how it's like when Venus is in your energy, she starts off like, you know, coming from Virgo, it's like, oh goodness, I'm back in my energy, everything's fantastic. Then she moves into Scorpio, it's like, oh great, now I'm back in detriment again. And but it's there's power in that though. I feel like there's something here that understanding the oppositions is going to make sense. I feel like something here about looking into Aries energy is kind of coming through here. Just understanding, I feel like, what that just kind of looks like. Because I feel that's. And who knows, Libra, this could just be just something here about understanding yourself, like even this King of Swords, you know, something you're learning yourself about yourself, something very different about yourself, you know, being more inquisitive, inviting these, using these aces as seeds of opportunity in these lessons here, things that may come up that, let me get some tarot on this, Libra. Oh, there's Neptune. Oh, here's Scorpio. Interesting, Libra. Look at yourself. Oh, Libra, all right. People and majors. So you have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy in reverse. And then you have the Death card and the Hanged One upright. And the Death card, Scorpio, Hanged One, Neptune. Now let's talk about Neptune for a moment. Because there's something here with the Hanged One that I feel is trying to be that's trying to be discovered here, Libra. That's the Temperance card. Even when we're talking about oppositions, you see, you got, and these two aren't necessarily oppositions, but they're mixing, this Temperance figure is mixing water and fire together, two opposing elements, and it's just like, how do we? It's like, how do we stay in balance with this new energy? I feel like this Page of Wands here. I feel like there's something here with the Knight of Swords that's wanting your attention, that's needing your focus, that we may need to slow down a little bit here, Libra, because there are some changes that are being invited towards you, and I feel they're going to be something that it's just going to invite you to see something from another perspective. And I feel that whatever this change is, it can get you where we're getting a bit more decisive because we're discovering a different part of ourselves. But something's out of harmony here with the Temperance card, and I feel like that's part of that. I feel is that's the dissonance that is needed in order to get things moving, Libra. But I do feel that there is the potential here of pay attention to things that you may be overthinking about or maybe kind of focusing very heavily on. Libra is something that I'm getting here. There's something about this death hanged one situation that hmm, yeah, this is very inquisitive, kind of really kind of deep, introspective energy I feel coming through here, Libra. Very reflective. Hmm. Yeah, need to kind of go in and just see where there's just where you may feel a bit out of whack, or where very fascinating. I think I'm gonna leave that there, Libra. Now let's talk about your energy because we have the full moon penumbral lunar eclipse that's going to be happening in your sign on the 25th of March at midnight. And it'll be happening at 5 degrees in 7 minutes of Libra. So if you have any points around that, that might be a very sensitive point for you there, Libra. I actually know someone who their moon's in Libra is pretty close to this energy. But this, I feel for you, Libra, a penumbral lunar eclipse itself is a more kind of subtle eclipse. It's like a slight shadow that's cast on the moon. But how I feel this may kind of turn up in your relationships potentially there, Libra. It's just that certain things I feel may be brought to the surface here, possibly. This could be maybe with a family member, this could be with a friend, this could be with a partner, but there's something I feel with this Temperance card about this integrating type of energy here. That something is changing. We're realizing that, and it's almost like this Neptune energy. It's like we're coming out of this dream, and now we're kind of just I don't know. It's like kind of seeing things for what they are, but this could be, Libra. I would say be mindful. I'd be mindful about where you kind of like. I'm getting like a Six of Pentacles energy, where you may be giving more where you're not getting in return. Making reciprocity, and paying attention to those kind of subtle nuances in your relationships. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to come up for. Is going to be coming up for you. And I even feel like there's going to be some things, maybe even about yourself, Libra, that may come up, where we're seeing where just something's not on the same page, that's needing that investigative work, hmm. Because I'm getting a lot of the Scorpio energy coming from this death card, in the sense that this is asking you to be sharp, to leave no stone unturned when it comes to researching this whatever this imbalance is, and not to be obsessive, but more so just be inquisitive about this stuff. If nothing comes up, just move on, leave it. But as feelings come up towards things, be a bit more inquisitive, being a bit more sensitive to your body, to your needs, to all right, Libra. You got yourself. Oh, interesting. All right, Libra. So you have the Adventurer card in reverse. And this is a card of responsibility and expectations. And that's fascinating, Libra. Because I feel I'm getting this energy of not wanting the responsibility to change something. This could be, for example, maybe having a tough conversation. Maybe we want the other person to be the one to make the move. And I feel, Libra, if that I feel like it's fine to have an expectation, but let's say that's something that's resonating with you, for example. I will say there is a responsibility that you do have in what if that doesn't happen? What if they what if they don't reach out? Then what are you gonna do? Because you can't control what they do. You know, that's the real expectation is, how am I gonna show up in this? You know, I can't take, you know, and I feel like this adventurer is, you know, maybe for some here, maybe there's a reason that we're not taking action because we're afraid of more responsibility. Maybe there are more expectations than you had planned. Maybe this could be in starting a new job, maybe a new position, maybe starting a new relationship. And this could be even maybe starting a new, again, it doesn't have to be just love, maybe a new friendship. Maybe you thought it was going to be one thing, but then it's like, oh, this is requiring more time than I thought, or maybe we don't share the same interests like we used to, or like I thought we were going to, or but I do feel that if there are going to be changes that are going to be had, that we're going to, or I mean, you don't have to, but there's an invitation to, I feel like, kind of take more, if not maybe like, how do I want to put this? I will say, for example, I had a situation months back, and the situation ended up where both parties end up parting, and you know, it wasn't my expectation. I didn't expect that to happen, but what I did, all I can do, and all I have done was accepted my responsibility in that. And I don't have any expectations for them to reach out again, to do any of this stuff. If they do, dope. But I do know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep, you know, I'm going to keep doing my growth. I'm going to keep doing this stuff. I've said what I've needed to say. We're going to go from there. You know, and that's where I feel like that's where the adventurer kind of comes in, or where the adventure comes in, Libra, where you may need to do something where you need to consider like a couple options here, kind of think a bit. Maybe if I feel like maybe a bit broader here, Libra, but let me get some tarot on this and see what's going on here. All right, Libra. Take care of yourself. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Strength card, Leo energy, and then the Nine of Swords upright. Then you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. And that's interesting. We were talking about that. Well, I don't know if I had actually mentioned it, but on this Temperance card, the signs on here are Scorpio and Leo. And I feel here that in whatever this energy is, I feel where we, especially in that responsibility aspect of it, I feel that if we take this action in, or just start with accepting this responsibility, whatever this is, you know, maybe it's understanding that the responsibilities may be a little too much for you at this point. Maybe this is a need to kind of, Knight of Pentacles, kind of go back to the drawing board to come up with a different type of plan, you know. Maybe this nine of Wands just gives me this sort of like, kind of burnt out energy, the Nine of Swords, and even look at all these nines here. It's like we're wanting to get to the close, but this Nine of Wands is feeling a little, the energy shifting, just like how your Ace of Wands is in reverse here. The Knight of Swords, the fears are activated. We're feeling these anxieties here, but it's like we still have the feeling with the Nine of Cups. I feel like there's still that wish that is there, but it just seems like that something is changing, like something where we're either needing to maybe just kind of not even abandon idea, but just readjust, maybe, in a sense. You know, we recalibrate our expectations of ourselves. You know, Saturn, I feel, again, can be where, since you had Saturn energy here, I feel again can be where it seem like there's this he's just trying to bring you down, just trying to prevent all these obstacles. But Saturn wants you to set you up for success. And so that is kind of asking those harder questions, how does this look when this relationship comes into play, or when I don't have X amount of resources? Do I still like what this is doing? Does this thing still resonate for me even if I'm not getting any kind of praise? This is Saturn is very solitary energy. This is it's not that Saturn, like where you have Saturn, or those like you say, like Capricorn or Aquarius, who are Saturn ruled, that they can't find love or anything like that. But there's a lot of focus that comes in with that sign. So again, Saturn has a lot of demands when it comes to that, because again, he's trying to bring them to their highest vibration. That's the focus that was meant to be on this journey. And so I just feel there's something here, Libra, about like kind of just coming into knowing that you're stronger than you think, but we just need to work with the energies a little bit differently. The Knight of Pentacles is being a bit more mindful, a bit more intentional, but again, keeping the dreams, acknowledging the fears, but I like that both the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Cups kind of are here, because it's to keep in mind of like when things are great, you keep that vibe going, but when they're not, then it's like, how do we keep that vibe up? Again, it's like we're acknowledging this stuff, but knowing when we may need to take a rest here with the Nine of Wands, and then when we need to take action again, get ready to get moving. So, all right, Libra. All right, now let's talk about Taurus, because you have Big Papa Jupiter that's in Taurus, and then you have Uranus that's in Taurus. Now, Jupiter is going to be in Taurus for a little while longer, and Jupiter will be there till the 25th of May. Now, since this, he entered last year on the 16th of May, 2023, and this I feel like has been a time, I feel, for you, Libra, to I feel like almost like explore that the different sides of that Venus energy, in understanding, because there is a connection there with you in Taurus, and I feel like that there's this where you two express Venus in very different ways. I feel like it's just like, I feel like signs, it's one thing to learn from opposite signs, but it's interesting too to kind of examine how signs that have like same rulers, like you in Taurus, or Gemini in Virgo, or Pisces and Sagittarius, Capricorn and Aquarius, and to see where the kind of similarities are in a sense. And I feel like it's in this almost like kind of finding a new security in you, learning these different aspects about yourself, making yourself more kind of multifaceted, and so that you can show up, I feel, in your relationships and things a bit more whole, not looking for someone to complete you or bring balance. You two are reestablishing a different type of resonance in a sense, because you're both bringing something to the table here, Libra. So that's very fascinating. I feel this is learning from the things that you truly value, the things that bring you this sense of peace, this sense of serenity, and again, I just feel kind of, when we were talking about that Saturn in the third house, have you been restricted in your say, in what, in what is valuable to you, or what you hold? That's something to think about there, Libra. And then you have Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus is going to be there till the 7th of July, 2025, and he'll be retrograding back between Taurus and Gemini. Now, Taurus, or excuse me, Uranus entered into Taurus back in May 2018. And I feel this has been, for all of us really, to been one of the biggest things is trying to, I feel honestly one of the big frequencies we've been kind of focusing on really is kind of almost like the Libra energy, like trying to find harmony in all of the changes that have been happening since Uranus has been in Taurus. And Uranus, I feel being here has been teaching us to, he's been challenging what we've put our freedom into, what we value. Does it actually empower you, or does it enslave you? Is this actually your thought, or is this a collective thought? It's just like, what things are actually yours? What have you built? What have you grounded? And I don't mean in just like, projects and things like that. I feel like in how you show up, Libra. I feel like, how does that been grounded? Because it all starts within. And so, it's easy, I feel, to find that external validation in things, but how do you keep, again, you in Taurus have that same energy of like, how do you keep harmony? Taurus, how do you keep peace, serenity, you balance? And in such a chaotic world, one that can seem so random, so happenstance, so all over the place. And so I feel this Taurus energy in this Uranus, in these planets in Uranus and Taurus, or excuse me, with Jupiter and Uranus, has been one, just to understand your energies, but in just a more grounded approach in Taurus. I almost feel like there, Libra. That's very fascinating. Let me get an oracle on this and get some details with that. All right, Libra. Yourself. All right, so you have the Dancer card here. Oh, I dig this, Libra, which is a card of self-expression and strength. So you have double strength card here, but one of them happens to be in reverse here, Libra. And so I feel there may be a side of you, Libra, that maybe you don't feel secure, that you're feeling self-conscious in sharing, that you're maybe feeling scared of grounding for others to observe, possibly. This could be where we're maybe noticing where we're not allowing others to shine, or just something here is diminishing this ability to be. And this could even be you, Libra. This could maybe not be you not allowing yourself to dance, and that may actually be literally, but it may not be allowing yourself, your imagination to flow, imagination to come alive, and really kind of be a little bit there, Libra. Let me get some tarot on this and get some details with that. Alrighty, Libra. Think you heard yourself. Okay. I thought that was my girl. What's good? Both of the lovely ladies. So you have, and both of them are reversed. So you have the High Priestess and the Empress in reverse, Venus, your ruler. And then you have the Judgment card, Pluto, and the Two of Swords upright here, Libra. And the Two of Swords is the Moon in Libra. And we're just talking about that eclipse here, Libra. And so I feel there's, with this Two of Swords, that there is this need to make this decision here, Libra. There's been this intuitive nudge, I feel, that's maybe been going on, a need to take more responsibility maybe for your gifts, to investigate. Maybe you feel like there's not, maybe it's been too long, maybe I've not had this, or maybe I've had that. You may be overthinking all the ways that you can't get something done, but in that, we're just limiting ourselves here. I feel this is like this like we're limiting our abundance in how we can do stuff. Where there's a will, there's a way, and that's Aries. And I feel that there is this transformation that's happening here in this Pluto. You know, I like when Pluto and Scorpio are here. That's very deep change that's happening here, Libra. And it feels that's one, I feel that's when it's embraced here, Libra, with both your cards being up right here, it can be one that is, I feel, cathartic. You know, one that can be a bit, maybe a bit bumpy, a bit, you know, transformation isn't always the greatest, but there is strength in that. You're finding a new, you're becoming an empress. You're already an empress, Libra. You got empress placements already. So I just feel that there is this need to kind of trust the process here, Libra. Trust that whatever this nudge is that's wanting you to expect more of yourself. You know, not to put pressure on yourself, but believe that you can accomplish more, that you can do a lot more, that you can build so much. You know, the Empress is abundant and she has a lot to share with others. But I feel there's a need to be able to receive your gifts and to embrace the being who you are, your strength there, Libra. So, and no one can force you to do that. This is something that you have to do at the end of the day. So, but I like this, Libra. All right, but let's talk about this last energy here, which is Aquarius, because you have that little nugget, Pluto, that's in Aquarius, and Pluto's going to be there until, I want to say March 8th of 2043. Yeah, March 8th of 2043. And so we're in for the long haul with this one, Libra. But this one is an interesting one for the air signs, because this is forming trines with you in Gemini. And so trines are this harmonious energy, and I feel with Pluto doing this, wherever he's hitting your Libra placements and forming this trine, this I feel is an energy for you to, an invitation to get in harmony. I feel the trines are this energy of motion, but it depends on how much you put into that. You know, and how this motion and how you integrate that energy, because where trines are beneficial energies, it's still Pluto. You know, it's not to, listen, I'm the biggest optimist, but we do want to keep this idea of, because listen, I have my moon placement is at 0 degrees of Gemini, 14 minutes, and Pluto's he's hitting my placement 5 times. He's about to hit these, he's about to do it 2 more times. And it's, you know what, the first time it wasn't what I expected it to be, but it started off, it sent off something, a trajectory off to something. And it hasn't been something like, oh my God, like hanged one. I mean, kind of, but it's been, it brought up something buried down that I hadn't put a piece there. And then every time it's been forming since, it's been a lot softer, because it's been something more, it's not been easy, but it's been softer. You know what? I feel more kind of at peace with where I'm working with it. It's establishing the harmony, I feel, with Pluto. Understanding his language, because Pluto's energy is not everyone's taste. You know, he can, and I love that you got Pluto with the Judgment card, but yeah, Pluto is not everyone's taste. You know, when you think about the sign, they rule Scorpio. Scorpio energy is one that is kind of looks at the kind of the quote unquote ugly side of life. You know, when we talk about death, we're talking about shared energy sex. You know, we're talking about the occult, taboo things. But this is stuff that it's not about, you know, think it's not about the thoughts, it's about the feelings and the emotions behind this experience, and our relationships with it, and allowing ourselves to express in not in a way I feel like is, you know, in like in this high vibrational type of way there, Libra. But I feel this Pluto and Aquarius energy is going to, through bringing up maybe things that are buried down, Libra, is going to also introduce you some ways to regulate, to harmonize with yourself in a new, innovative type of way to give you prepped for the future. You know, to not even get you prepped for the future, but to be aware that you're already in the future, that you already have the power, that you just to be aware of your growth, Libra, and how that is testing against the collective, how that is improving the collective, you know, and a lot of power for you here and for the air signs in this energy over these next 20 years here, Libra. And this one I feel like especially, again, with Pluto and you know, Neptune will be kind of, well, the Neptune one I feel is going to be a bit interesting for you, Libra, depending. But this Pluto in Aquarius I feel like can really kind of support you through that energy. Ooh. Alright, Libra. Interesting. You heard yourself. So you have the Astronomer card here, Libra, which is the card of augury and discovery. And so you have, I feel like, this energy here, Libra, of this astronomer, this scholar, this adventurer, this smith, this dancer. A lot of, I say, it's like, it's like we're going, I'd like this, Libra. This is like a time I feel like of experience for you, of exploring things I feel like bigger than yourself. I feel this astronomer is still approaching with this, still coming through with this logic, but there is this, it's giving me this energy of the mind understanding that it doesn't need to understand all of the larger things in life, that there's some things that are meant to be discovered, that we're not meant to have all the answers. You know, this is something that, again, takes time, that starts with adventuring, by taking more responsibility, by showing our strength, by investigating, by being inquisitive, by trusting that intuition, Libra, High Priestess. And I feel like learning to dance in the energies, in a sense. You know, it's very fascinating what's happening for you here, Libra. This can be, I feel, a season really of just like really nice growth. You know, one of All right, Libra. Think of yourself. Last little bit here. Ha! Love that. Oh, and ha! I really like that, Libra. So you have the I'm kind of losing a little bit because you got the Four of Wands here, which is Venus and Aries, and you do have both Venus and Aries now with the Emperor being here, the Four of Pentacles and the King of Cups and the Seven of Swords all up right here, Libra. And let's switch back over. Because I feel with you, Libra, it's very interesting. I'm just, with the Empress being in reverse here, I just feel like that it's time for the Empress to state what she wants, especially with Aries being here. I feel that this Four of Wands, this is like the Four of Wands is like a checkpoint for me. Just kind of see where we're at in life. Just kind of. It's this energy here, I feel, of learning what you want, finding different ways to learn how to get that. I feel with the Seven of Swords, this King of Cups here, I feel is even giving this sense of just you getting into the state of flow, getting to the state of balance. And the Four of Pentacles is this grounding energy, but it's also here because I'm just picturing this man. He's in this, like, I'm assuming in some sort of big building, see some big Capitol building or whatever, and just thinking about all his responsibilities, and for some, I'm getting an energy. You can take this as it resonates. Not to let this power go to our head. This may be one where maybe you're coming into a new role, a new leadership role, for example, and it's just like, how do you interact? You may want to keep the peace, but you're also a symbol of leadership. And that's where I feel like it's, looking at it from that standpoint, not coming at it as like you're in a, the Emperor being, like authoritative. He's more so in a leader. And an authority and a leader are very different things. And, I feel that leaders, I feel, don't limit self-expression. They express strength in a different way. When the collective is thriving, they are thriving, and vice versa. The leader inspires other people to be leaders. And so this Seven of Swords is very interesting too. I'm getting even like this exchange of ideas, even possibly here, Libra. This person is usually it's a person that's trying to find an alternative way. They're taking swords away from the army to prevent this war. But there could be even some an exchange of ideas, and he's giving me this energy of like, take what resonates with you and these two that are left behind and leave the rest with you, or leave the rest with them. But the Four of Pentacles too, Libra, is giving me this thing of tapping into new energies here, to new potentials kind of rising up within you. So go out there and learn some more. Like, express yourself, discover who you are. Maybe you're actually going on some sort of trip here, Libra. Whatever that might be looking like, but I like it. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Libra. So if you like that, Libra, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Libra. If you know someone who's been maybe overthinking something, hesitant about taking action, worried about taking more responsibility, maybe they're afraid that this will limit their self-expression possibly here, or maybe you've been doing something, or they've been doing something, Libra, that has been, whatever this may be looking like there, Libra. Oh, Empress is trying to run. And then maybe that might be a sign they might need to run. But you know what I mean, Libra. I never tell them when to quit their job. But then subscribe there, Empress. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each day or each week. And last little bit there, Libra. after we get done checking your chart there, after you booked a reading with me, down in the description box, I have all the links with all the service. I'm actually getting ready to revise that here a little bit. I'm going to be a little more in depth with I'll have more options for things that you want to do, as opposed to just like a general astrology chart reading. I'm going to have different ones, like a monthly, do like a lunar return one, a solar return. We'll do a, something for your progress chart. Really kind of getting some stuff cooking up there, Libra. So I'm just getting all of those links and things and working out my schedule for that in general. So, but yeah, check that stuff out there, Libra. And who knows, we may happen to find that you got a hot ticket here to come to my other channel. Not that you need it, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus, that's a lovely placement for Venus, or Mercury, come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there, the occasional weekend as well. And we discuss, and this is a great channel too if you just want to know what's going on with the moon. I talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void of course, how that may be influencing the energies, and talk about the moon sign a bit more, and just getting familiar with that energy there. I actually got my lunar return chart up here, Libra, or for this upcoming one. And I think that's all I got for you there, Libra. So all the housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. I like that. Got the Three of Cups. Mercury in Cancer. But this Three of Cups here, Libra, is a card of celebration. And this could be, maybe for some, we may be celebrating with different people possibly here. Or this may even just be, it doesn't have to be just something like that, Libra. But this could be where maybe even we're just finding other people maybe to celebrate with, expanding that group a bit more. So but I do feel, Libra, that even though I was saying, it's like there may be a little bit of discomfort along the way here. Let me get you the Oracle card. With all that, maybe all that Aries energy that's kind of coming through there. But I do feel that Three of Cups is just like that's giving me this energy, especially like the Four of Wands too. And we may not see it in that moment, but there's a lot I feel like too that's going to be worth celebrating there, Libra. And it is to take a moment, and I feel like with that Empress being in reverse, and look at all the ways that you are abundant, and seeing that in a different light. Thank you, higher self. Let's see what your Oracle card is here, Libra. All right, so you got the Witch Bottle card here. And I feel with this card being here, Libra, one, I feel like there's some energy that's been bottled up here. It's like how this volcano in the background here, something's needing to, even like kind of, like something's needing to just, I feel like getting ready to come on, needs to go on an adventure, because the Queen of Wands, there's another deck that I work with. It's the fairy tale, something along those lines. And the Queen of Wands in that deck is the goddess Pele, and she has this volcanic background that's going on there, and that's what I feel like is kind of going on there. Something is needing to be expressed, needing to be released there, Libra. A side that we've been repressing for maybe who knows how long, but now is a time for that energy to find its place. Find just a place of release there, Libra. Because I feel like it's like you got all this magical energy that's wanting to be just manifest here. So I feel like it's one thing to have the ideas and the grace and the air energy with the Empress, but it is the Empress manifests and makes it. So just keep that in mind there, Libra. We all want to see your gifts, but you stay safe out there, Libra, with this learning, this investigating here. Let me actually switch this back up now that we're wrapping up. But yeah, be safe on your adventures. If you are venturing, find yourself, Libra, express yourself, raise your vibration through the roof, Empress all the way. And I will catch you there, Libra, on the next one. Later.